And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Well, thank you very much there, John Bon Jovial. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary John Bon Jovial, who is with us to, basically make sure that I manage to get through the entire hour without messing it up too badly. And an excellent job he does of that also. So I think you should...
It's either that or I just annoy the hell out of you. And that could also be my job.
Well, you can do that. Yes, there are times that you have actually done that. But usually you're here for the good times and the good people we get to talk to and the good music. And we're going to give you a sample of that right now. I've been promising you this one. We don't have them here in the studio with us yet, but we're going to keep trying on that. But we have the latest hits from our house band, Titty Bingo. And, hey, give it a listen. It's called Texas Heart. Sung like a true voice of Texas there, ladies and gentlemen. Titty Bingo, the band from Texas, who does our theme music for us and has for going on 8 years now, and we're so thankful to them. That's their latest. It's Texas Heart, and that definitely is down-home Texas music. Don't you think so, John Bon Jovial?
Oh, absolutely. Anything that these guys touch just reeks of Texas, and in a very good way. Great song. This is my first time hearing it. And, I was tapping my toe there. Nice job, guys. Nice job indeed.
Absolutely. And we look forward to sooner or later getting them back here on the show. They either have a very busy schedule or they have an aversion to being on the show. And I don't know. We haven't we haven't treated them badly. I mean, this isn't Howard Stern where we, we embarrass them or anything. Hey,
well,
who knows?
Anyway. I use my deodorant every day, so I should be covered.
That's a good thing. I'm glad you do. I hope you wash your hands every day too. But hey, thanks, guys. Titty Bingo, great bunch of guys who also travel with Willie Nelson and back him quite frequently, as well as several other artists. And we were only kidding, dumping on Texas. We love Texas. We love all of the countries. As a matter of fact, we're going to prove that with our next guest, because she's another guest, second one we've had recently, I think, from the other border, north of the border, up there in the great land of Canada. We'll have Kimberley Gabie here to talk in just a couple of minutes, right after we listen to her first release, Kimberley Gabie. It's called Karma. Okay. Wow. What a sound. I love it. And first question I'm going to have to ask her when you come in and sit down here for a second, Kimberley, first question I got to ask you is, how can you be so laid back and relaxed? I mean, come on. You really get into that stuff, don't you?
Yeah, my music is pretty much everything for me.
We never would have guessed. I mean, hey, great tune, and you just put your heart and soul in it. That's very obvious. Don't you think so, John Bon Jovial?
Oh, absolutely. You've got a very strong voice, and it shows, and you can keep a tune, and that, you know what, in this day and age, that's wonderful. It really is wonderful, and I love the production values that you put into the harmonies and the guitar work on that. All around, I think you got a really, really nice package, Kimberley.
Oh, thank you. That's really awesome. Thanks. I have a good band. I have good people behind me to help me.
Very definitely do. One of the things we always like to do here on the show is we like to give the band credit, because so often the front person or the leader or whoever gets all the notice and everything, and we like to make sure that the supporting act is just as important. We like to make sure they get their dues too. So tell us, if you would please, about about the band you have with you.
Yeah, well, I have like my band with me. I call them my boys. So I got my boys behind me. I have my guitar player Maxim. I have my electric guitar Maxim, my acoustic Mathieu. I have my bass player Rick, and then I have my drums Michelle, and Maxim also does my back vocals with me. So they're the team behind me. They make my music sound great, and they back me up.
Well, you guys work very well together. How long have you been together now?
The first time that we performed together is about 6 years ago, so we've been going strong for a few years now.
Oh, another one of those overnight successes. Of course, I see that. That's wonderful. Great. I'm so glad that you have a group that you're working with that works well with you, supports you well, and sticks with you. That's really important because this is not the easiest business in the world. And I wanted to also ask you before I forget, because I sometimes get rambling and forget things. I wanted to ask you, did you write that tune?
Yeah, I did. I write all my songs. I actually write them all, and I compose them.
Fantastic. That is awesome. It's an extra thing for you to lean on, so that you don't have to lean on just your singing. You can also do writing, and for that matter, if you can write your own tunes, you can hustle them to other artists too. John, you had a question.
Well, yeah, I want to get to the name of the song, Karma. We all know what karma is. Karma can be a great thing, or karma can be a real, well, you know what I mean.
Ungrateful.
Yeah. Now, in writing this song, did you write this because somebody did you right or somebody did you wrong?
It's actually a really funny story because this is one of the very first songs I wrote in my life, and I actually wrote it when I was about 12 years old with one of my first bands. So one of my drum player and my guitar player, they just kind of started putting out a beat. We just kind of started jamming around, and then Karma became a song.
Now, you've been doing this for quite a while, from what I'm told. Seems to me well, I think the story I got was that you've been singing since you first found your voice.
Oh, yeah, I've been singing since I could talk. I remember my mom telling me as soon as I could talk, I was singing. My first song was Oh, Where Can My Baby Be from Pearl Jam. I started singing that the day I started talking.
Well, you definitely had a lot of practice, and you've definitely put it to good use. You've definitely grown as an artist, and I love what you're doing. So often we get it carried away categorizing music and artists, but one of the things I like about it is its crossover appeal. I mean, if you play it to someone, they're not going to be able to tell right off the bat. They're not going to be able to say, oh, that's country, or oh, that's rock, or oh, that's pop. But by the same token, you're not leaving yourself out of those categories either. And I love the crossover appeal of the song, the fact that it can be taken as country, rock, pop, whatever your preference is. Now, I'm told that you're from Canada, and if I did my homework correctly, you're from a relatively small town up there.
Yeah, I'm from a little town. It's called Venosta, Quebec. It's actually quite funny because a lot of country artists are like, oh, yeah, I'm from a small hometown. But, I'm really from a small hometown. If you look up my address and look up my city, it says ghost town because there's not a great population.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was exactly where I was going next. I wanted to ask you about that because it shows that the town actually exists. But it also, and I was questioning, does it list the town you live in as a ghost town, or does it list that as the site of a ghost town? But apparently it's all one and the same.
Yeah.
Well, that is so neat. I read where there are still some leftover buildings from however far back in various states of disrepair, although I have to say one article that I read did have a typo in there. And I'm afraid they're not going to be well loved by lovers of Canada because the article says these buildings are in various stages of Canada or something like that. Anyways, they don't say various stages of falling apart or whatever. It's various stages of Canada, which I thought was kind of funny because I've been to Canada and the last I knew it wasn't a ghost town. But I think that's neat. That's a neat story you've got, and the fact that you are from there just makes it all that much better. definitely gives you something to talk about besides your music.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's hilarious. I never knew about that article, so that's actually funny to hear.
What is the history of your hometown, Kimberley? If it's in varying